Knott's Berry Farms, in a very clever way, decided to reopen their park without reopening their park. They essentially opened it up for like a food and wine festival, allowing people to be able to go into Knott's, get that amusement park vibe, enjoy their food, and a way for them to make some money during this weird time where technically the state of California will not let amusement parks reopen. However, Knott's Berry Farms and our beloved Disneyland, they have restaurants, they have shops that would be open if they weren't inside the gates of an amusement park. So what I wanted to look at was how could we convert Main Street USA into a safe and efficient, COVID-19 friendly destination for a food fair. This is my idea of how MAINS Eats USA could work. If you've ever been to an after hours Disney event, you know that the first thing they do is they give you the little brochure, they give you that little booklet that says, these are all the spots that are going to happen tonight. So essentially what I've recreated for you is that little brochure that you get that says this is where all the photo moments are, this is where the dining experiences are happening. This is essentially a walkthrough of that little booklet you would get if you went to any Disney after hours event. Because of COVID-19 and Main Street USA being built 65 years ago, these aren't the biggest walkways ever. So I'm saying that it's very, very important to control our crowd flow and to keep people moving in one set direction. Therefore, you could get more people in, more people would feel safe because they're not just walking into each other like a herd of cattle. So the way that I have it is that you would go through the right tunnel would be for entrance and the left tunnel would be for exiting. You see, I have a camera in front of the train station, Main Street train station, because this would be one of the photo op moments. So essentially, one of the things that would be on your brochure to show you your value of what you've paid money for is that there would be a photo moment where while the park is closed, you could wait in line in a socially distant line, and you could get a professional photo of you in front of the train station from this direction. That would be an historic photo to have. This is an historic moment in Disney's history, so I could see the value of having that photo of standing right there in a spot that so many people like myself dream of being in. But with this part of the park as a sanctioned photo area and traffic coming and going, it would feel, I believe, pretty safe. We already have a state-of-the-art ticketing system to get guests in and out of the park. They've already put plexiglass around all of the cast members that take the tickets. Those cast members see the highest volume of guests out of any of the cast members in the resort. So this part of the park feels safe and totally doable to me. Now, as we move forward into the park, what you can see is I'm proposing that traffic stays to the right because we just came in the right tunnel. And then immediately we go to the right down the service exit, what they do for the busy nights when they have too many guests. So essentially when you come into the park, you stay to the right, then you get forced over to the right, and we're going to use that tunnel to go up. By having all the guests that are coming in stay over in that direction, it frees up the other, 75% of Town Square for a dining area. I've installed these little red and white canopies everywhere to give you an idea of how the seating could expand out, socially distant, so no one's on top of each other, but giving everybody a spot to sit at and eat at and to enjoy Main Street USA from a different perspective. These aren't permanent build-ins. It's literally taking stuff that they already have, maybe getting a couple new pieces, and just sliding it around to give everybody a very, very memorable time and to space everyone around. So you can see we have a little pop-up eating area over in front of the fire department, over by where the shop's sort of dead end over there. That would be a whole eating area. I have a camera in front of the Main Street train station because one, that would be a great place to get your photo taken, but because we don't want people getting in areas where they'd be too close to each other, I'm proposing that this could be a bandstand and the Disneyland band could perform throughout the evening or maybe another band. So as we're looking to add value to this street fair, this would be a stage where there could be a performance, whether it's the Disneyland band or another band coming in. This would give amazing vibes of being able to sit in this area with the food that you've purchased and listen to music and just take in the vibes of sitting inside of Main Street. The reason why you want to take people in first, the way that I'm going, why you want to take people down the tunnel first, is because you're leading people to where they're going to buy the food. Then once you have the food, you go into the seating area. So I have this all laid out in a way where the traffic flow literally, like while you're already been waiting in line, you're already waiting to get in Disneyland, this is going to take you up to where the food eatery is. So you get to buy your food, then you find the place that you want to sit. And if you go too far and you don't find a table, then you go back around the loop. But I figured out that this would be the easiest way to get people in and then to get a good flow of where people were going to sit. So as you can see, we take the traffic coming into the park and we zigzag through this tunnel over here. Been through this tunnel before, plenty of space, very easy way to go through. If things started to back up, they could put social distant hash marks where you could stay, but then that would essentially leave Main Street as one-way traffic coming down. Now, this is why you want traffic coming down from Main Street, because people will have gotten their food, and with traffic going one way down Main Street, it would give the shops the ability to maybe put some limited merchandise out on the sidewalk, maybe a food cart or two, because you only have people going one way. It actually makes Main Street very, very wide. If you have people going each way, it cuts it up, and that would mean that people would need to go inside of shops. We want to keep people out on the street. We want to keep people away from each other. So bringing the traffic back down to Main Street in one direction would give the ultimate size of the footprint to be able to use the sidewalk in ways that we've never seen it before and to truly create a street fair type entertainment. Splitting the street would mean that you would have to use people's honor system. As we've all seen in America over the last few months, you have to really spell out the rules. So having a very determined way that people go would very much keep people where they need to. As you can see in this slide, I've even put in a patio area on this part of the hub. So therefore, when you're coming in, you would know that you have to go to the right because there'd be a patio area there. Of course, there'd be a cast member sending people in the way that they need to go. But imagine, this is what I want you to imagine. Imagine being able to go down Main Street, everyone in the same direction. You're able to look at whatever you want to. You can step back a couple steps if you want to. You just can't go up the whole way by yourself. But just imagine that flow and how safe that would feel if everybody's going the same way. The tunnel has like khaki siding. It has retro Disney posters lining it. It's not overtly themed, but they could put up some cross lights and make it feel very much like a street celebration, that you're on your way to a street celebration. They could, without spending a ton of money, they could make it feel fun. Let's work our way up to the hub. Now, as you can see, I have people coming out of this tunnel, exiting, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I have patio, social distance sitting right there to kind of keep people going the same way. So the first spot where people branch off, and we would have to have cast members to do this, is you could go over into Plaza Inn. You could go over to Plaza Inn, or you could then join in the hub, where, as you can see with the hub, we have tons more of seating. We have a flow of traffic. We have 2 more of our photo spots. Imagine waiting to get a photo of you in front of Sleeping Beauty's castle during these times. Historic pick. And if you wanted to go back around the front and get a photo with you in front of the partner statue, what an amazing time to be standing with Walt and Mickey. So you can see that we have the hub going around in a circular motion, keeping everybody going the way that they need to. This, my friend, is why I wanted to bring everybody in from the people overflow, because this hub will be our food court area. Because now you've gone as far as you're going to be able to go into the park. This is where you get your eats, and then you just start working your way back down, figuring out which patio or which side cafe seating that you want to take advantage of. So how many restaurants do we have? I've been able to put 10 restaurants up. Let's go around the hub, shall we? First off, we have the Plaza Inn, which regular restaurant. We have all of the outdoor seating, both on the left and right of the Plaza Inn. Number 2, we have the Pizza Port, right? Pizza Planet. We have that up in Tomorrowland. They're able to make lots and lots of pizzas, put those on a golf cart, drive them down here, pizza by the slice. You could get, Disneyland pizza. Maybe there's something from the Galactic Grill that you like. I mean, these would be a limited menu, but those restaurants are right there. There's no reason why they can't just keep making the same, 2 items, 5 items over and over again, and then just driving the food down to the hub. That's as far as guests are going to get. If they needed to put up a little partition so we don't see golf carts coming and going, so be it. Number 3, your favorite snacks of Fantasyland. This would be a Disney churro cart. This could be where you could get a Mickey-shaped pretzel. This would be where you could get one of your favorite treats from Fantasyland. So this would be a Fantasyland food kiosk. This would be an area where you could get a limited menu of items from Fantasyland. Now, over on 4, we have the Fantasy Fair area. There's already an amazing little food truck right there that has those that bread with the cheese over the top of it. I can't remember what that dish is called, but it's amazing. They have the frozen apples. There's also right next to where the number is, there's that cart that used to do donuts. So this could be another sort of like treaty type cart. As you see where we have number 5, because we're always walking people in the same direction. Imagine walking into Frontierland, where you can get an enchilada or something from the Mexican restaurant further up the way, Zela de Loco. I don't know how to say the name. You could get some of your favorite Mexican treats there, maybe an ice cream dish that they normally serve over at Frontierland there. And then as you come across this little path, right, people are going in one direction. You have to come up here, you get your food, you go in that one direction. You go down to number 6, where you could order select items off the Bingo Barbecue menu or off the Tropical Hideaway, aka Dole Whip. I'm talking to you. Ring the bell if you love Dole Whip. And then we come around to number 7, which is the Jolly Holiday. So we have Refreshment Corner over here where you could get an item. And then don't forget, we have in this area here, number 9. Number 9 here is where we have Gibson Girl and where you can get candy. Everybody loves delicious candy. And then number 10 would be Carnation Cafe right here on the corner. So that is 10 different eating spots. So let me go back to the top of this. Now that you kind of have an idea for the plan. You come in here, you go to the right, you go down through this tunnel. When you pop out of the tunnel, you are now in the food fair area in a socially distant way. You go around the circle. While you're going around the circle, you pick the items that you want to get. And then with cast members helping you, you work your way back down Main Street. There's places to sit all along the way, and the Disneyland band or a band is playing on the stage there. This is how I feel that you could use the pieces that we have to create something that is realistic, because we're not asking them to spend an insane amount of money to make a little bit of money. We're taking what we already have, we're redesigning it in an efficient way. We're using restaurants that already exist, just a select menu, just 2 things off of Bingo Barbecue's menu. They already have all the gear there to make that. They make the food. They have somebody on a golf cart run it down to that moment in the kiosk. We go around. When we come in, we know our 10 places where we can eat. We know the 5 items that each place is serving. So that's a total of 50 different items that we can purchase that day. So as we're working our way through the line, we already understand this is where we want to get things, the order that we should get them in, so that we can be efficient with our time, go find our table, go to our photo spots, and enjoy a night on Main Street. I would 100% love if they did this. A lot of people have been saying they can't do it at Disneyland. Main Street's too small. It wouldn't work. It's not possible. I say that it is possible, and anything is possible at Disneyland as long as you have enough imagination. I rest my case. There is one attraction though. One attraction that I think that should be going, and I think that Astro Orbiters should just be constantly spinning. No one can ride it, but since it's the one attraction that we're actually touching, it should just be orbiting. And also, no vehicles on Main Street. No vehicles on Main Street. I would love to see them, but it would go against our people flow. And we really need, for this idea to work, we need to keep people going in the directions that they need to be going in and obeying the space that's been laid out for them. But with the magic of Disneyland and masking tape, I believe anything is possible. Imagine loading up the train in Tomorrowland with characters, rolling around to the Main Street train station. Characters could get off, wave at everybody, give everybody a magical photograph moment, then load back on the train and go off for a safe, out of our sight unloading. This would be the land version of the Mark Twain Dear and Fantasmic. The problem with the wider path in DCA is the seating. Think about how congested DCA gets when they do their food and wine festival. Like, it is probably one of the worst times to visit that park as far as people flow goes. The reason why I picked Main Street is, one, people want to get back into Disneyland in the worst type of way. Two, if you think about this efficiency of letting people ride in, having a designated coming and going, like the back path for leading people in was the main reason why I thought that this would be possible. With DCA, you could let people do the food path, but then they would have to exit going around Grizzly Flats. And I just think once again, that gets into opening up more of the park, more of staff than what they would want to do. And also such a big loop for this. If you literally like, oh, I forgot this item that my daughter wants. All you got to do is just kind of loop back around. And a bigger loop going one way to kind of go back around would be a bit of a hassle. So I do think that this would be a superior experience than just walking through that, because it's not even a very emotional part of DCA. My opinion. I mean, this is all my opinion. Oh, I would love if they just opened up the park, no rides, restaurants only, and just did this everywhere. Oh, that would be amazing. Don't think that they would do that, because the amount of staff that they would have to bring in, I think that would end up being really insane. And I think that people's expectations wouldn't match reality. But I feel like if you could just sell people on a quick, efficient Main Street experience, $150 for the night, $100 for the night, plus your food or whatever. I mean, this would be a pretty VIP thing. But they would probably also have to do it in like shifts. You know, you could buy reservations for a like a 4 to 7 or a 7 to 10 time slot type thing. If you're a pass holder, this is an after hour event. You don't have to go. I don't have to go to Disney after hour events. I don't have to decide as a pass holder to go to the Halloween event. If I choose to buy those things, I choose to buy those things. So a pass holder gets you into a regular operational day at the park if it's not a blackout day for your level of pass. So I don't see how any pass holder could have anything to complain off of this. I think that a premium ticket would immediately eliminate a lot of people. You don't want a lot of people to do this. So I think that if you could get, 2 shifts of 500 people to do this at $100 each, what's that, like $100,000 gross revenue on ticket sales, then whatever they make on food, then whatever they make on limited merchandise. So let's say that they could double what they do on the ticket. If they could do this and make $250,000 a night, do 3 nights a weekend, $750,000 for a weekend gross. I think this is something they would be interested in doing, and I don't think any pass holders would have any right to complain. And if you do, you're not really looking at the system right. You have to price this in a way to where it kind of hurts, because that's how you're going to get the proper amount of people to come out, and also for Disney to make the amount of money they need. If it was $50 and it sold out immediately, oh, good, it sold out. But what would they do with $50,000 gross? $50,000 gross isn't going to put a drop in the bucket. This thing literally has to figure out a way to make, over $500,000 per weekend. That this proposed idea would literally give you a way to bring in people, give them a fun time, and deliver to them in a safe way. Now, the problem is that this would have to be pretty expensive. A pretty expensive evening for a street fair. But if you looked at it more as like, I need a Disney experience. I know normally everybody's rap on Disney is like, oh, they have all the money. They don't have all the money right now. They're in a tough spot. I'm not saying we need to start a GoFundMe for Disney, but I'm saying that if you came into this with the idea of like, yeah, this is going to be pretty expensive, and then I still have to buy my food, or maybe it's real expensive and you get X amount of food tickets. I'd prefer an admission and then just buy my own food. That's just how my mind is wired. But I think that if you look at this could give us a truly a taste of Disneyland and an experience that would be very memorable. And just think, from here down, just lined with people and little canopies everywhere, everybody having meals and music playing and folks hanging out, having a good time. I think that would be pretty awesome. I think that the limited edition stuff like you want to see, I think that these would be on carts down on Main Street, so people could shop through a plexiglass, and then the cast members would have everything pre-bagged. They would be behind some sort of like glass or partition, and you would literally go up and be like, I want the pen and the ears. And they could literally just grab a bagged pen, grab the bagged ears, set it up on the countertop there, almost like a cafeteria style merch shop. That's another reason why I wanted to do the one way down Main Street, because every now and again, if you did want to give up a certain part of the sidewalk, you could do it like a cafeteria style where you just walk by and like, I would like that, please. I would like that, please. You go to the end, you pay one person. I mean, I think all of this has to just be like so clean and efficient for everyone's safety, as well as for Disney be able to run this and not like lose their back on it. So there you go, friends. There is my proposal on how we could do a Main Street Eats. I don't know. I just heard so many people saying that it couldn't be done that I just wanted to take one afternoon and like daydream on it and be like, everything can be done at Disneyland. Everything can be done at Disneyland. Don't tell me things can't be done here. I mean, they have to be done in a smart and realistic way, but don't tell me it can't be done. All right. So there we go. There is the food fair. Hope you appreciate it. Hope to see you there.